I think musically, he doesn't get the love that maybe some
Why?
of his contemporaries
Because I
get.
don't consider him hip hop culture the same way I don't consider Doja Cat or think those type of people as hip hop culture.
You
To
don't
me,
think? Wait, well, why you don't think Donald Glover's hip hop?
I just don't think he's. I think he's black culture. I think he's African American culture. I think he's genius.
But why isn't he not hip hop?
Because I don't think he's really in it. I think he kind of cosplays.
This one had me heated. Elliott Wilson says Donald Glover isn't hip hop. Specifically, he says he's not hip hop culture. Now, me being a giant Childish Gambino fan and Donald Glover fan, I completely 100% disagree with Donald Glover not being hip hop. Let's go ahead and play the clip, and I'll add my commentary as we go through.
But I think musically, he doesn't get the love that maybe some
Why?
of his contemporaries
Because
get.
I don't consider him hip hop culture the same way I don't consider Doja Cat or think those type of people as hip hop culture.
You
To
don't
me,
think? Wait, well, why you don't think Donald Glover's hip hop?
I just don't think he's. I think he's black culture. I think he's African American culture. I think he's genius.
But why isn't he not hip hop?
Because I don't think he's really in it. I think he kind of cosplays. I think he pops in and does some elements of it. If you notice his output, it's not even the same like him rapping. Like I like Because the Internet. Like I thought that was a really good.
All right, so let me just pause him right there. He said that Donald and like Doja Cat aren't hip hop. Now, I don't listen to a lot of Doja Cat, but she is hip hop. She's rapping. She's like, she interacts with like other hip hop artists. She's on their songs. They're on her songs. Like, I don't understand just because she makes pop music, but like you can. Like Nicki Minaj makes pop music. Do you guys remember Starships? That whole album was like nothing but EDM like pop music. Like, does Nicki count also? Like, I don't understand this argument. Like, oh, they're not hip hop because why? Like, he didn't even really say. Like, he just says they cosplay. I don't understand.
Record that showed his potential to be like a real hip hop artist. But now I just feel like he pops in with musicality that has hip hop tones to it, but and he's also not consistent with it, I feel.
So let me ask you this:
I also want to say, like, yeah, Donald doesn't just do hip hop music. Same with Doja Cat. Same with even like people like Kanye and Drake and like almost every other artist. Like every other artist, like does other types of music. Like let's use Lil Wayne as an example. He like did a whole rock album. Kid Cudi did a rock album. Kanye did an R&B album, like 808s and Heartbreak. Like, what is he talking about? Like, every artist diverges. Nicki did a pop album. Like, his argument is off. Like, Drake released that house album. I forgot what it was called. It was nothing but like house music, and like nobody talked about it. Nobody cared about it. But like, at least he did something outside of hip hop. Like, if you're going to use this criticism against Gambino, you have to also use the same criticism against all these other big artists.
so if Drake dropped as often as Childish Gambino, you would have the same temperament?
No, I think Drake has shown he's dedicated to hip hop, but the different schemes of records he's done and the consistency he's had. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Gambino is the actor playing as a rapper that the people that hate Drake try to pin on him. I feel he's actually that. And the output doesn't match, huh?
I mean, I agree with him in that like Gambino is the person Drake he's the person everyone thinks Drake is. Like Gambino is actually the one who grew up in Atlanta, surrounded by like all like, you know, Atlanta culture. You know, he went to an all black school. He made it in TV and then like kind of went from there. Whereas Drake went to an all white school. Let's not kid ourselves. Drake went to an all white school. He grew up he came from a middle class family. Gambino came from a poor family. Drake is the one who came from a middle class family, grew up with nothing but white kids around, went, you know, started Degrassi. Like, but Elliott, your argument makes no sense. If Drake is hip hop, then so is Gambino, because Gambino is more genuine than Drake. Gambino is more Drake than Drake.
They have beef too, and Donald said "This Is America" was initially supposed to be a Drake diss, which
makes
is
no
actually
sense
hilarious.
to me. Yeah.
But no,
What's the last Childish Gambino record you played? The thing.
This is America.
Okay, that's a long time ago.
I mean, I feel like these guys are too old to listen to Gambino, or like not even too old, but they're like part of that old school hip hop mentality. Like, oh, we just want dusty beats and rhymes. We don't like hooks. We don't like singing. We like, we listen to Nas, Jay-Z, like, Cameron, Dipset, those kind of hip hop artists.
Before Redbone, right? Was that Redbone?
Oh no, I played Redbone.
Yeah.
Redbone.
It was I gotta look up the timeline. But people
But
forget.
have you ever played a Childish Gambino rap record where he's rapping?
Yes, Elliott. He has a whole fan base that plays his music. You look so surprised right now. Like, go outside.
Probably not.
People
This is
forget.
America's rap.
Not really. I'm talking about like lyrics, like ball.
This is America is hip hop. I wouldn't say it's rap, but it's part of hip hop culture. It was one of the biggest songs in hip hop of 2018. What are you talking about? Did it come out in 2018? I believe it came out in 2018.
It's more traditional 16s, 32s.
That's that
48.
New York bias, Elliott Wilson.
I can have it. I'm 53 years old. I'm from New York. What do you mean?
What am I supposed
It can
to
pop out every once in a while.
No,
pop
but
out.
Donald Glover had the Royal.
All right, so that was the clip, and like you can tell, like that clip kind of like got on my nerves, just because like the man created a whole show about hip hop, Atlanta. Like, what more do you want? Like, he was involved in like the making of Black Panther. Like, what do you want? He like helped write that movie. Like, he helped write some of the jokes. Like, the fact that you're saying he's not hip hop, he created like. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the chat. Oh, looks like Hypershadow just joined. Hypershadow. Ronald Flubber is most definitely hip-hop. I got here late, but I'm here. A lot of hip-hop and pop artists cross into each other's genres all the time. SG. Donald Glover is definitely hip-hop. It was called Honestly Nevermind dance album driven by house and Baltimore club influences. See, that's what I need, SG, a fact checker. Like, Honestly Nevermind, that's what I was talking about. Like, that was the Drake album that was just strictly house music. And like, you don't see Elliott going, "Oh, Drake's not hip hop because he dropped a house album." Like, no, like Hypershadow. I'd say all hip hop isn't rap, but all rap is hip hop. Yeah, like hip hop is like kind of like an umbrella term. It like I don't know. There's like 4 elements of hip hop. Like, back when it was created, like breakdancing, the DJ, the beats, like the MC. I don't remember the 4 elements, but you know what I'm saying.
Introducing the Late Night Show with your host Cuddy Bino. Live streamed every Sunday night at midnight. Search Cuddy Bino on YouTube to catch the first episode.